Chapter 12, Lesson 2. Reduced traction. Traction allows your tires to grip the road so that you can control your vehicle. Rain, snow, ice, sand, and other material can limit your traction. Reduced traction can create high-risk driving situations. Objective. Describe what happens to traction during rain and snow. Wet roadways. Rain. As rain first hits the road, it mixes with dust and oil on the road. This mix can make the road very slippery. Again, until more rain washes the mixture away. Any amount of rain will reduce the traction needed to stop, start, and steer the vehicle. This is a very good question up here that's on about every test. As rain first hits the road, it mixes with dust and oil on the road. This mix makes it very slippery. Objective. Identify the steps to take to avoid hydroplaning. Hydroplaning. When a tire loses road contact by raising up in the front on top of water and no longer has contact with the road is called hydroplaning. Hydroplaning is caused by a combination of standing water, speed, and tire conditions. What action should be taken to avoid hydroplaning before driving through the water? Deep water. If you don't know the depth of the water ahead, do not drive through it. If you must drive through deep water, estimate water depth. If the water is just over the rim of the tires, drive slowly in low gear. When driving at low speeds through water, apply a light brake pressure with your left foot to build friction and create heat on your brake pads. After leaving the water, squeeze your brake pedal lightly to see if your brakes are working normally. Flood-related deaths. Floods cause more deaths than any other weather condition, and 60% of are vehicle-related. Snow. Different types of snow can produce different levels of traction. When fresh snow falls at low temperatures, traction can be fairly good. When traffic packs the snow at places like intersections, traction can be reduced. In sub-zero weather, even the moisture from vehicles' exhaust can freeze into dangerous ice on the pavement. Temperatures at or below the freezing point can create dangerous situations. A combination of snow, slush, water, and ice can make road surfaces extremely slippery. Given driving techniques with snow. Gentle acceleration, steering, and braking are key to controlling vehicles in snow. Put your vehicle in motion by gently squeezing the accelerator. If your drive wheels slip, release the accelerator and start again. To improve traction on snow, use all-season tires. Many states allow the use of tire chains at certain times. Chains are placed over the tread on the tires to increase traction. Rocking. Often you can move your vehicle out of deep snow, mud, or sand by driving forward a little and then back a little. By repeating this sequence, you can work your way out. This technique is called rocking a vehicle. Why are gentle control actions needed to rock the vehicle? Because if you go too fast, the wheels will get dug in and the surface becomes more slick. Check your owner's manuals to make sure rocking will not hurt the transmission. Straighten your front wheels. Gently accelerate forward. Do not spin your wheels. Let up on the accelerator. Pause just enough to let the engine slow. Shift to reverse and gently move backwards. Let up on the accelerator and shift to drive to move forward. Continue this series of movements until the vehicle has cleared tracks that are long enough to drive out. Ice. Be especially alert if the temperatures drop below freezing and it is raining. These conditions are just right for snow, ice, and sleet. Predict the worst when ice begins to form. Temperatures will change the amount of traction you have on ice. If the temperature of ice warms from 0 degrees to 32 degrees, your traction will be cut in half. Squeeze your brakes lightly to check your traction on icy areas. Only do this at low speeds, away from traffic. Slow gradually if your vehicle starts to slide. Windows and windshield wipers can also ice up in severe weather. If your defroster cannot keep the windshield clear, pull out of traffic and clear it manually. It might be best not to drive at all. Ice on bridge. Bridge roadways tend to freeze before other roadway surfaces. Cold air circulates above and below the roadway on bridges and overpasses. Black ice. Be alert for black ice that form in thin sheets, which can be extremely hard to see. Be extra careful for this type of ice in winter mountain situations. Ice on tire tracks. Snow can pack down into ice in the normal driving tracks, especially at intersections. Avoid these slippery tracks by moving a little to the right in the lane position 3 to use the unpacked, less slick portions of the lane. Other reducing traction situations. Braking distance will always increase in low traction situation. Slow early and then be ready to move even more. Slow even more. Gravel roads. Loose gravel on roads can act like marbles under your tires and cause skids. Drive on well-packed wheel paths that usually form on heavy traveled gravel roads. If you need to move out of the wheel's path, slow down and hold your steering wheel firmly. Leaves. Wet leaves on a road can decrease traction and reduce your stopping and steering control. Slow ahead of time if you see wet leaves on the pavement. Construction area. Trucks and other construction equipment can leave mud, dirt, and sand on the road. Slow, steer gently, and obey workers' directions. Use an extra space cushion to protect them. In many states, traffic fines double in construction zones. Construction zones can create hazard roadway conditions. What are some factors that could affect your traction on this road construction area? Skidding. In extreme, reduced traction situations, your tires may lose all or part of the grip on the road and skid. Skidding can happen on any surface while you are backing, accelerating, or steering. Look ahead to see your target well down the road. The instant you notice that your vehicle is not moving in the intended path of travel toward your target, you need to start correcting the skid. You will wait until you feel your vehicle skidding. If you wait until your vehicle is skidding, you may not be able to correct the skid in time to avoid trouble. Loss of traction. In all loss of traction situations, remember that a locked or spinning wheel provides no traction or no steering control. Keep applying the correct action. You don't give up by trying. Keep applying the correct action and don't give up trying to correct a skid. Loss of traction in power wheels. You are at a stop sign and the road is slippery and hard with hard-packed ice and snow. As you accelerate to pull away from the stop position, you notice your power wheels are spinning. In this situation, you should release the accelerator and allow the spinning tires to stop spinning and regain traction. If you are driving a front-wheel drive vehicle and apply too much power, your front wheels will probably spin. If you are driving a rear-wheel drive vehicle, the rear wheels will slip and spin, and the rear end may slide out. Describe how to correct an understeering skid situation. Loss of traction to front wheels. You are in a residential area and turning. Your car is turning as quickly as you want it. Your car is not turning as quickly as you want it to turn. The front wheels are sliding straight ahead, which means your front wheels do not have enough traction for your vehicle to turn as it should. This is known as understeering. To correct the loss of traction, ease off the accelerator. By doing so, you allow more weight to the front, which should help provide more traction to the front wheels. In order for the vehicle to respond to your steering, the front wheels need to have traction. Loss of traction to rear wheels. When you brake hard, turn the wheel, and feel the rear end slide out, you are in an oversteering situation. When a vehicle's rear end slips out, it's called fishtailing. When you slam the brakes, weight is moved from the rear wheels and shifts to the front. This puts the vehicle out of balance. When you are turning the steering wheel sharply, the out of balance vehicle starts to go out of control as the rear end begins to slide out. In a rear wheel vehicle, when an oversteering situation occurs, you do not want to apply more power to the skiing vehicle. Anti-lock brakes and stabilizing control systems help minimize fishtailing. Instead, release your accelerator or brake. With manual transmission, depress your clutch pedal. Steer quickly and precisely in the direction of your vehicle needs to go. Steer and countersteer in the direction your vehicle needs to go. As your speed drops, your control will increase. Be careful not to overcorrect for the skid by steering too much. Use continuous steering action to correct a fishtail. If your vehicle skids off target to the right, steer back towards your target area by turning the wheels to the left. If your vehicle skids off target to the left, steer back towards the target area by turning your wheels towards the right. A key to avoid oversteering situation is to maintain your vehicle's balance. If you feel the rear end slide out, let up on the gas pedal, focus on your target ahead, and steer towards the target in your intended path of travel. Rear-wheel drive vehicles have a tendency to oversteer. Front-wheel drive vehicles tend to understeer. Each type of vehicle can experience both conditions.